My husband just tapped his cup. I stood up skillfully to pour him water. My neighbor frowned at the sight and said, "This is how you treat a maid, not your wife." I paid no mind to her words back then. I always believed that as long as I was virtuous enough, I would earn my husband's loyalty. So I obeyed him like an obedient little dog, always at his beck and call. But the moment I caught him kissing a waitress passionately, my breath hitched as if someone had pressed the pause button. The next day, I had planned to make a scene in front of the waitress. Yet when I saw her innocent face, I was instantly reminded of my late daughter. Her gentle words caught the accusations I had rehearsed in my throat. And so, at her insistence, we became friends. Posing as a neighbor, I often asked her about my husband's whereabouts, looking at the gorgeous and charming April, then at myself. With the same hairstyle and makeup I'd worn for over a decade, I felt like an old, unchanging doll. That was when I made up my mind to turn over a new leaf. But all my husband said when he saw my transformation was, "Is dinner ready?" My desperate attempts to show him my new self were like thin air, completely ignored by him. Time flew by in the blink of an eye, and I got to know April better and better. She was such a wonderful girl. The days I spent with her made my rigid, routine-bound life taste the freedom I had never known. My husband finally noticed the changes in me. That night, we were like the two people we had been when we first met, indulging in the sweetness of each other's company. The next day, he even took the initiative to plan a date for us. But that day was also the first time April stepped onto the stage to pursue her dream of becoming a singer. When I overheard my husband talking to April on the phone, the sorrow in her voice tugged at my heartstrings. Before I knew it, I made up an excuse to cancel the date and rushed to cheer April on. I was genuinely happy for her success, but soon after, I learned the news that she was pregnant. I was thrown into a panic, feeling both pity for April and guilt toward my husband over our daughter's death. I resolved to have a serious talk with him. Yet when the words reached my lips, I lost all my courage. Instead, I lied and told him I had cancer, with only 6 months left to live. I never expected April to call me afterward, saying that my husband had proposed to her, asking her to wait for 6 months. The man who had wept and sworn eternal love to me just last night was proposing to someone else today. How utterly ridiculous. I took the initiative to ask my husband for a divorce, but his secretary told me something that shattered me. She herself had once been one of his mistresses. It happened the day I was bringing our daughter home. After they hastily put on their clothes, my husband told her to sneak out through the back door. In their rush, they forgot to close it. That was what led to our daughter running outside and getting hit by a car. I had always blamed myself for my carelessness. That was why I endured all of my husband's mistreatments without complaint. I could have overlooked his infidelity, but I could never let my daughter's death go unavenged. I hatched a new plan.
I need to buy a gun.